Three, two, one, and we're live. What is up, guys? It's your boy, Kevin Yee, the refugee, Kevin Yee, the farm D, whatever you want to call me. So for y'all that are new to the channel, I just want to say, basically, my refugee hustle brand and this channel, what it's all about is helping you guys get rich and relive the modern day American dream, man. And yeah, helping you guys rewrite that story. So anyways, for y'all that are watching, I usually do a Q&A at the end, but today I just was actually reading a really good book. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Tim Ferris. Certainly I am. Huge fan of his podcast. I've been following him ever since the 4-hour work week, and it just changed the way I thought and taught me to think really unconventionally. And so I was reading this book, and one common question was like, hey, what has been the best $100 investment or less that has impacted your life within the last month? And I was like, shit, man, this is such great content idea, because I was thinking about different stream content ideas, because honestly, Q&A gets kind of old and shit, and it gets boring, right? It completely sucks. So yeah, I wanted to share some of my like hauls and stuff from Amazon, because I buy a lot of shit from Amazon. Not so much recently, because I've been on like a fucking money diet, I guess, trying to invest in different cryptocurrencies and, you know, stocks and stuff. So I've been kind of broke, man, living that college life, son. But want to share a few things. Let me jump to chat really quick, see who's in this bitch right now. Oh shit, apparently my internet's cutting out, but Phil is in here. I've heard his name before, but I've never looked into it. Tim Ferris is like honestly a huge innovator in he's just a really innovating person. I really like him a lot. He's more on the logical side. To me, I wouldn't go to him for like emotional intelligence, but he always has those really interesting like 80-20 like quick hack solutions, Silicon Valley solutions, right? And it's always good to have that perspective. Anyways, want to share my my haul this week. Obviously, one of the best investments I bought recently was Tribe of Mentors, and shameless plug, everything that I have is in the link below. It's all affiliate links, so every time you buy, you support my channel. Shameless plug, son. Anyways, but Tim Ferriss's book has been really good. I've just started reading it. Has a lot of big name people, everyone from Jocko Willink to who was, for y'all that don't know Jocko, I really look up to him because he's the Navy SEAL, jiu-jitsu, did so many crazy things, and it's really cool. Like each person that he has in the book, it's like real practical advice, like how to say no to people, because like people like me, I always like overbook myself and stuff. There's people like Neil Strauss, the pickup artist, a lot of Terry Crews, you know, people that you would not suspect in here, a lot of movie stars and whatnot. Highly recommend. It's like $20, so, or it's less than $20, it's like $17, dude. And so honestly, this is a really good book. But the reason why I like books so much, and why I invest so much in books, like I follow Ramid's book buying rule. Whenever I see a book and I'm interested in it, I'll just buy it. Just because even if you only get like, I don't know, 1% out of the book, even if you only learn one new thing, that one new thing might impact your whole life. And as someone who, you know, when I was younger too, I was a teenager and I was going through a lot of depression, and I didn't really read back then. There was no internet. I didn't really have money. We had the library and stuff, which I used to go to a lot, not to read, but to kind of like pick up girls and shit. Pretty bad. I was such a fucking nerd, man. Oh my God. Anyways, like I really wish when I was a lot younger, I had like mentors or some positive influence in my life. And sometimes like you might be like my friend Brian, who lives in middle nowhere. He lives in near Mayo Clinic, and literally there's nothing but Mayo Clinic at the at his site. And you might not have any friends or anything like that. And books are another way to get other people into your social circle and stuff. I look at every like classic book, Think and Grow Rich. He, Joe's favorite fun fact, Joe from JK Films, one of his favorite thing was like that he always talked to me about was having a tribe of people where you imagine you have your council of people. So you might have King Leonidas over here. And this is the book from I think it's Think and Grow Rich, classic book. Yeah, so you have like King Leonidas here. You might have, I don't know, fucking Meek Mill. Well, Meek Mill's probably a bad idea. Like maybe 21 Savage over here. And then like you have all these people who influence your life and you imagine it, and all these people are surrounding you, giving you advice. This is the next best thing to having a real mentor. And I think this is good in addition to a mentor, because a mentor or someone, maybe mentor is not a really good word, but someone who is 10 steps ahead of you often can give you a lot of insight and something to look up to, because you realize that, hey, that person's done it too, and if they can do it, I can do it. That means it's possible, you know? So you're not chasing your tail trying to make something happen that you don't know is tested for sure. And plus, like, they can give you the motivation during those really tough times, man. That's the whole point of coaching. That's why you have coaches in real life, or a really good support system. And so it's kind of like he says short life advice from the best in the world. Honestly, this is not a short ass book, and it's not a book that you really want to read through completely. It's like one of those books that you just pick up when you're going through a certain problem. You might skim through it, and you just might learn a thing or two, or it might help shift your perspective. And I think that's the biggest thing for books, because they can shift your perspective and really take you from that negative state to that more positive state. So I really, really like this book a lot. And yeah, man, especially after talking to Tam recently and whatnot, like I noticed such the importance on mentors and whatnot. And yeah, it's really cool, because like a lot of these people I would never get to meet in real life. You know, at this point in my life, I would never get to meet them in real life, you know, and not on like a personal level either. So this is the next best thing, and it's a good stepping stone for $17. Dude, this is a killer deal. Let me go back in the chat, recognize some people really quick. Not gonna answer any questions. Hold on. Let's see. Hi Kev, what's up? Says Ying. Did you finish your book, Rich Dad Poor Dad? I did finish it a long time ago. I read it back in 2014 or 2013 when I first met Joe. A guide, a knowledge, son. Yeah. Dude, I don't really have that many people in today's stream, but it's cool. Looks like, yeah, right now it's kind of like a dead time, but I'm expecting more people as I continue the stream. If you guys like this format, please let me know in the comments below. But I'm going to continue my talk, baby. What's up? Okay, so these next two items that I have. So this is the first item, right? But I'm not gonna leave it. This ain't that like what's it, QVC and shit, where they're like, you know, and leave the item like there. Nah, son. It's in the description below if you wanna pick it up or anything like that. I must buy. These two items are very similar. It's just like I'm a cheap ass Asian, and I was trying to look for a better deal. Recently, thanks to the Tim Ferris show too, I also bought the mushroom coffee, man. And mushroom coffee sounds kind of hippie, but Tim Ferris was actually, I found it out about mushroom coffee in from the Tim Ferris show. And I love this coffee. It's first of all, it's delicious as fuck, you know, like this Four Sigmatic brand. It's organic. There's chaga and lion's mane, which are two different types of mushrooms and stuff. Honestly, one of the best nootropics. Like, I get such great focus on it, and it's the crazy thing is that it's only like 65 milligrams of caffeine, but the mushrooms definitely kick in, and I like to mix it with either butter or coconut, or if I'm fasting, maybe a bit of just like stevia, and man, it just makes my day. It's so crazy. I don't know what Adderall feels like, but it's not like when you drink too much caffeine, your heart starts palpitating and shit. You get all the you're just like racing. You're like, fuck, I don't know what to fucking do. Like this is more of a control focus type of thing where I can sit in front of the computer for hours and just plow through so much work or editing and stuff like that. It's a really nice buzz, and I've been trying to get people hooked on this shit. But only downside, it's pretty, I would say, like for home brew coffee, it's pretty expensive. I think this small box maybe was like, there's only like 10 packets in here. And I think it costs like $13. So it's not the end of the world. It's cheaper than going out to grab your coffee, but over time, just for a little bit of coffee, $1 per cup, it's kind of expensive for a long haul. So then I started thinking about, damn, how do I make this much cheaper, right? So I found this like powder, and sometimes you'll see me at coffee shops and I'll bring this with me and I'll mix it into my coffee, or I'll, like if I'm about to go to the gym, I'll make some coffee with either I'll prepare a cold brew the night before, or I'll just I'll do some organic instant coffee, and it just mixes very well, and it just gives me that similar buzz. This one is by Thrive, or it's called Thrive. It's a bunch of fresh cap mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, maitake, chaga, quadriceps, turkey tail. So there's a lot of different like mushrooms in here, and there's like even on Joe Rogan podcast, he was talking like he had a guest talking about all these benefits, these neural benefits of fungi and like mushrooms, and yeah, honestly, I noticed a huge difference with maybe it's placebo effect too. Like I can never rule that out, but even if it's placebo effect, what difference is like $20 if it really improves your cognitive function, So I'm willing to spend that money. And it's pretty cool. I get to it's so funny since there's reishi in here. Lingzi. I think Lingzi is the Cantonese name or something like that. But I got to talk to my grandma about these mushrooms and stuff and how I'm taking it. They're like, "Oh, that's really cool." And they're more open. They're like, "Oh man, I didn't know you're into that stuff." I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm a fucking hippie, dude. I really like hipster ass shit." I like hipster ass shit, and I think the energy, but there's a lot of antioxidants and all that bullshit. I mean, I'm not gonna sell you the science behind it because honestly, I don't know too much about the science. But I honestly think it's really great. Reason why I put it as one of the best $100, like less than $100 investments for me, was because I think morning rituals are very important. Morning rituals are probably one of the most important things, because when you get up in the morning, how you start your day is how you set your day. Like if you're have you ever had those days? Like I've had those days when I was like in undergrad and shit, and all I did was just like literally I stayed up too late the night before watching Degrassi and going out clubbing, right? Because that shit would play all the time on the N show, right? So I watched Degrassi a lot, but because I fell asleep in the front of the TV, I'd be so sleep deprived. I would get up hella late. I'd try to go to the gym, but it was just like some days I would hit it, some days I would miss it. It was just very foggy and I was very groggy all the time. And then I'd eat like shit and then continue the cycle over and over again. Have you ever had those days, or those days where I would just be so lazy? I didn't get out of bed until 3 p.m. and all I would be doing was either fucking sleeping or like it's just, I think about my college days and how unproductive I was. And if I could reclaim some of that time in the past, it would be really cool to see what I could get accomplished, And so like having some sort of coffee or some sort of physical indicator that my day is starting, time to hustle, is like really important to me. That's why I like coffee. Not only is it important for the stimulatory effect, but it's really important for like your brain too, for habit as well, to have an initial trigger to set off a habit. So hopefully that changes your mind about habits a little bit. But for me, yeah, yeah. So like setting it sets the habit, and then I get like like I feel stimulated for most of the day, and it helps, like I get more out of my workouts, I get more out of coffee shops when I go work out from there. Even when I'm working from home, like I get so much more, So those are my 3 products. Let me know in the comments if you guys really like it, or like want to try any of these things. Let me know how it feels. But honestly, like even at Barbell, I was just like, yo, you gotta try this shit. This shit is amazing, But hey, yeah. Oh my god. Let's go back to the chat. Holy shit. Damn, I just got dropped a shit ton of messages. A guy knowledge. I live in Florida. It's 9:38. I'm all Lin that in my tab. I have books I really want to buy in my Amazon account wish list until I can get it. Ginger tea is amazing stuff. Yeah, I also do. Oh yeah, I like this isn't saying like these are the only things I do, but I also have like a I do all golden milk a lot, I talked to my friend Amaris on a recent video, and dude, I need to get an editor or something. I'm like backed up like 20 videos. But yeah, I've been doing golden milk a lot. I've been making pu'er like tea with like this turmeric ginger tea by Rishi. There's a lot of Amazon buys I've been buying, but I don't want to get my freaking whole house and just like plop it onto you guys. But this is just like a little bit of what I bought within the last 2 weeks, I think. I remember you were suggesting to buy Ethereum in the $200 range when Bitcoin was skyrocketing. I bet you're rich now. I'm not rich, but I made a pretty good penny off Ethereum, I think like a lot of time, like it's important to look for good buys in addition to, tomorrow's article, which I finished today, is coming out. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And I spent a lot of this article because it really means a lot to me. But after this article, I think I'll be changing up my format a little bit. But make sure to subscribe to Refugee Hustle. I'll send out the link and all that tomorrow. And we can talk about it on my stream tomorrow. This is kind of like a bonus extra for today because I just want to sort of test out a new format of like my videos and stuff. And I just thought it'd be fun to do this, I'm signing up to Bittrex at the moment to hopefully invest in altcoins later. But congrats on your profits. Yeah, man. It's like a great time. Bitcoin, I don't know, man. Bitcoin is so unpredictable right now. It's really hard to find an entry point at this point, because it keeps on like teasing you at 10,000, 11,000. And just the other week, it was like at 900, like 9,000, you know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, this, it's really crazy. And, it's also very exciting too. If you have these coins, you're like, yes, 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 you know what I mean? But you're seeing a lot of different governments step in too, like around the world. Like I think somewhere in the Middle East, they've been freezing accounts. And I think that's why Monero is going to be is it Monero? I forgot what it's called, but that is going to be very important because you can't there's going to be a lot of government interference, and if the government can't regulate it, a lot of governments are going to try to kill this, altogether. So yeah, man. Tea mixed with coffee. Loot those gains showing Kev. Yeah, son. No. I just been working out, like doing jujitsu here and there, and then doing back on my 531 program, which is really working well for me because since I do so many things, like I get really quick. And I'm thinking about signing up for a yoga class again and going back to the studio. So that's going to be important. I think sometimes I feel very tight. But thanks, man. So one of the things my favorite thing to do in a French press is actually get some pu'er tea by Rishi. Get some ginger turmeric tea, and then put I have these and make a cold brew. So I grind some beans up, throw it in that bitch, let it cold brew for like a day or so, or 12 hours at least, and pour that bitch in to a cup. It's the most delicious thing ever. and like I feel stimmed, and I'm just like, yeah, let's get fucking writing and kill. Yeah, it feels amazing. Yo, creative, what is up? So for y'all that don't know creative, creative Vane is, he's also, I think your name's Kevin too, and so you create a lot of cool content, and I love your content, man. Keep it up. He does the whole like, I think he does like there's this certain app, I don't know what it's called, but he uses the same app as Mediocrity with the images and stuff, famous for his no fat videos and stuff. Definitely, you guys, shameless plug for the refugee army. You guys gotta check out Kevin. Awesome, man. Speaking about hippies, Cheech and Chong is a funny movie. Man, I'm not really into that stoner culture and stuff. It's kind of like I don't know, man. Stoner culture is not really my thing, but yeah, I am sort of a natural hippie person. I'd rather not take medication if I need it. I try to eat things that don't have preservatives in it. Try to go organic when I can. You know, like I am a fucking hippie, but and not all of it is based off of science per se, but in my mind, like if I can afford it and I'm doing my body and my brain a good service, like then why not? You know what I mean? I'm like willing to take that risk, you know, like because you know when like I honestly, studies always change. Like 10 years ago, people were saying don't eat shit with high cholesterol because it's gonna affect your cholesterol. Then recently, like they say like, hey, dietary cholesterol doesn't impact cholesterol at all. So there's always debating things in health. And to me, I think going very natural, like to me instinctually, I don't know about scientifically, but instinctually, I feel like eating a very paleo type of diet is one of the best diets you can do, and we're meant to eat that way. So I don't think we're meant to eat all these like this mud of bullshit, preservatives and stuff like that. And I've been there, like I've eaten that shit for most of my life. I grew up on like, dude, I grew up on all the worst foods like Costco pizza, fucking McDonald's and shit. Like, dude, my best memories were at McDonald's with my grandma back in the day before she passed, man. Like, I still remember, like, back in the day, she had one of those Asian leash things. It was blue, right? So it's one of those things so you can't run away and you just tug on it and little fucking kid goes flying and shit. But yeah, it's like one of my best memories with my grandma. And my Cantonese wasn't that great, but we still communicated in some way, and best bonding times, you know. And it was cheap too, the fish sandwich, man. I hate AM classes, but it helps me with my sleeping habits because I know I need to sleep earlier then. Yeah, that's perfect, dude. Like, honestly, sleep has been one of those bottlenecks that has been so important in my life because I know what it's like pulling 4 hours, and I definitely know like a decrease of my willpower for like throughout the rest of my day. I don't want to fucking work out. I don't want to eat well. Like shit gets all fucked up and I'm irritable as fuck. No one wants to be around me. So fuck that shit. Some people can just deal with having no sleep, honestly, which is cool for them, you know, like, dude, to each their own. I think that's really great if you don't need so much sleep. But for a lot of functioning people, I don't think we need to pretend we're a tough guy and shit. We can pretend we're a tough guy when we're at the gym, at jujitsu, when you're getting your face punched in during Muay Thai, but don't act like a tough guy for like fucking sleep and shit, you know? Hey, we out of here, says Kevin. That's a really good point. A physical representation to set off a habit. Yeah, it's one of my key things that I always try to do, man. That's why, like, yeah, you need a cue for any habit. There's a really good book Ramit Sethi interviewed during his Ramit Brain Trust days, but it's called The Power of Habit, and it talks about how to set up a habit and cues and stuff. Man, I got so many fucking shameless plugs over here. But yeah, great book to really learn how to do great book to know how to do habits and stuff, you know. Golden Milk, I've not heard of. Been sub. Would you ever stream on Twitch? Also, I made a Bitcoin account some days ago. Might get into it later when I have the money. See, the thing is, you don't need to buy a single Bitcoin or anything like that. I don't even have, I'll tell you this straight up, I don't even have a single Bitcoin yet because yeah, I got into it a lot later. I don't have 10 G's to like buy a Bitcoin right now. I mean, yes, I could technically, if I wanted to move shit around, I could, but I'm not like, for me, crypto is another stream of income, stream of revenue, and it's it's not going to be, and I think that's the thing. Like, people think they have to go all or out on investing, which is not true. Like, you can just, honestly, I always recommend just buy what you can afford or what you want to do and just play and just have fun with it, man. Don't be too serious. It's not gonna, don't treat it like your like lifeboat, man. If you can only afford $100 on Bitcoin, fucking do it. Or even better, Ethereum or Litecoin. I bought a shit ton of Litecoin. That shit almost went up 2 times already. So I pretty much almost got all my money. Like, I almost doubled my money, which is awesome. Like, that's something I would love to. I can't ask for more, man. I'm so blessed to be in this time of cryptocurrency and get into cryptocurrency when I wanted to. Right now, I'm having trouble with one of my exchanges, but that's one of the problems for being early to the game, because like those are good problems to have sometimes. What is your portfolio like? 50% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum. So I have, what I'm trying to do, like I said, I'm having trouble with one of the exchanges right now, but I do 30%. My original portfolio was 30% Ethereum, 30%, about 30% Bitcoin, 30% Zcash, and 10% Litecoin. But I actually ended up doing like 30, like almost like a third split for the big 3 for just like Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin, or Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. So that was my initial thing. I'm looking into different coins right now, so it's definitely gonna change very soon. But yeah, nothing. That was my initial portfolio. I learned that yoga thing from Mike, Sick Pack Shortcuts guy. Dude, funny thing about Mike, he actually subscribed to my email list. I was like, yes, nigga, we made it. Nah. But I think at the time he was like really trying to go into the personal development world, and I don't think I was ever a huge influencer in like the self-help world and stuff. I think my articles are just okay. I'm still learning, I'm still growing in that world, but yeah, like it was funny. Mike Chang actually subscribed to my stuff. I really want to get into all that, gains, yoga, and possibly martial arts. I think martial arts is extremely important as a man. Teaches you how to breathe, teaches you how to protect people, and to resolve, like, more importantly, jujitsu for me has taught me to really how to, control people, because it's easy to just like square up to a guy, fucking Muay Thai him, and like fuck the shit out, fucking beat the fuck out of him, right? But to control, to hold, to pin, to submit if you want, but have complete control is very important. It makes you feel very. I don't want to get into fights in the street, because every single day I have an outlet. When I have a really bad day at work, sometimes it really just helps to just be at jujitsu and just learn again. And I think sometimes we get caught up and we just think, just like investing, sometimes we get caught up thinking that, oh, I just want to fucking be one of those millionaires and shit. That'd be really nice. Don't get me wrong. I want to be one of those people, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like, even if you just dabble into something or you pick up a hobby, you can get a lot of benefits from it, So for me, jujitsu is just one of my hobbies. I don't expect to ever compete in EBI or like Abu Dhabi or Metamoris or like any of these things. That's not me. I'm not into that. I would hate to have my shit snapped, because in tournaments is a very different environment, so good to test yourself and stuff, but it's just not my priority, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Let's see. Refugee Army, says Kevin. Hashtag. Damn. I cannot do it because of Bitfinex. It's like the pre-vape culture. But from Ethan from H3 blew it up. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I heard like Coinbase is one of the biggest things, but people don't know that Coinbase is one of the biggest like ripoffs ever, man. I mean, I use GDAX and stuff. I think a lot of people do. It's no secret now. But um Coinbase, one thing I really like about it is just the simple interface where you can set up automatic transactions. It's really easy, but they take so much percent away and it eats into your profits over the long term. I used to not sleep at night during high school. I can do that today too, but I think those teenage hormones help me a bit with that. Yeah. Um I sometimes have sleeping problems, but not so much, like I've really learned and really kind of focused on improving my sleep and sleeping with a face mask on and shit and like mask on. Um and I sleep with like a humidifier and I just try to do as much as I can, I can't do everything. I try to do mind dump if I'm really like having trouble sleeping, because sometimes there's just so many things and you're excited for the next day. That's a good problem to have, man. Like you're excited for the next day and can't wait for shit to get done. Like that's my thing, man. Like I sometimes have those days, but you just gotta dump it all and just worst thing you can do is just stay in bed and keep on forcing yourself to sleep. You wanna like, just get up, go for a walk, just do something very therapeutic, and then come back. Maybe 30 minutes later and whatnot, and it'll be easier to sleep. Nice dude on Litecoin. Yeah, I used to know Charlie too. He was actually in my emotional intelligence class. I haven't talked to him in a while. He hasn't been responding to my calls, but I know he's been very busy. And speaking about Bitcoin and all that and cryptocurrency, I think BitConnect, a lot, including Charlie, they're saying like don't do it. It's like a huge Ponzi scheme, man, and you're going to get ripped off, which I totally agree. I mean, honestly, from the model, it looks promising. Like it looks so cool, good that you get like 5% returns daily and stuff. And I know people that have cashed out and they're playing with free money, but man, I do not want to use my social network for that. And I don't want to get people under me. And honestly, I think it's going to flop. I don't see how it's sustainable. I could be totally wrong. But here's the thing. I'm okay with missing out on this opportunity. You don't have to chase every single fucking opportunity. It's like going to a club, try and pick up girls and stuff. You don't have to hit on every single girl that you find attractive, You can pick and choose. It's like, dude, there's always going to be more people out there, or there's always going to be more opportunities out there. So don't stress. Don't stress that you miss the dollar days of Bitcoin when you could have bought 100 Bitcoins and been a millionaire. You can't change that. Yeah, sure. I wish I had a time machine. I could go back and be like, Kevin, you gotta buy Bitcoin, like that's fine, like I know that, like I believe in the long run, cryptocurrency is gonna be a huge player unless the government kills it, but it's a proof of concept now, and big money is actually dumping into it right now. I think stocks and bonds are easier way to make money. I don't know. Seems like playing it from GTA 5. I never played GTA 5. I used to be a huge GTA fan, man. But I think stock, like, I don't get me wrong, I also do stocks and stuff too. And I am no financial expert. Like I just teach what I know and from all my experience and stuff. But I have all these different sources of income, and yeah, they're kind of small right now, but in the future they're gonna grow. Imagine if I'm doing this now. Imagine if you guys are doing this right now. A lot of you guys might be younger than me. You guys might be 20 years old and you guys are doing this stuff. Imagine how much ahead you'll be in the future. Like my uncle, he easily became a millionaire, and he invested in his late 30s, 39 and stuff. Granted, he had the Clinton years to really make a lot of his profits, but he was telling me like, if I invested when you did, I'd be so much richer. Time is the ultimate thing, man, and it's important to make your mistakes early. Yeah, because while everybody else is looking for money, you're set, you Gucci. Part of that little pump, Gucci gang. So Zcash, that has to be amazing. Mike the six pack shortcut. This guy, sub CU. How's your dating life? Dating life is okay. I haven't gone on that date, but I've also been very, very busy too. So like my dating life has not been popping, you know? I think fighting physically is a bit waste of time. As adults, I feel like normal to talk things out, but if it does go there, the skill helps a ton. It's not the act of fighting that. Here's the thing. I think fighting is actually necessary for you to be a man. You know, like the best lessons I learn are through physical contact. And when you constantly push yourself and get beaten down, it's so important. It's more the mental development you get through fighting. I'm not saying fight a homeless guy on the street because you're gonna contract AIDS if he bites you. It's like a fucking zombie, right? But honestly, like you learn so much through fighting and that cultivation of martial arts and whatnot. Wait, Kevin, cryptocurrencies do you use? I only use Coinbase. There's GDAX, there's Kraken. I know some people use Bitrex and stuff like that, but yeah. So those are potential like like a lot. I hear a lot of good things about the security for Kraken and Coinbase. But here's the thing, like yes, they might charge a little more, but since the market is so volatile right now too, you'll see stories about exchanges going dark or certain coins going dark. Basically them kind of ghosting you like they do on I was gonna say hot or not. I meant Tinder and stuff like that. Like there's cases where people just go dark, you know? And that's the thing you pay for with Coinbase is that security, knowing that they're legit, they're secure, you know? You pay for that peace of mind. But yeah, I definitely recommend GDAX if you're doing Coinbase, and it's easier to convert because GDAX also uses the Coinbase system and whatnot. I think the only difference is like the interface. It's more for, I don't know, I heard it's more for professional people, but I don't really know the difference. Hi Kevin, I know that you and Joe and JK Film started Refugee Hustle. What happened to Joe? What happened to his involvement with Refugee Hustle? Does he still write articles for RH? Yeah, so that's a good point. Honestly, Joe has not been involved with Refugee Hustle in the last, man, I want to say ever since he started dating Jess. Like, we talked about Refugee Hustle about a year ago, but he just got so involved with JK, and it just felt like a Refugee Hustle wasn't a growing thing for him. And for me, I believe so strongly in it because for me, these are my growing pains, you know, and I share my experiences with you. Joe has a lot of good stories. He's a great person, but he just, his priorities were different. And I can't expect him to really, yes, we went into it together and I'd welcome him in open arms if he ever came back. But here's the thing, like it like when you're a black belt, you can't do what you were doing when you're a white belt. You know, he already has JK Films. He has a lot of different businesses and stuff. They're more promising for him, right? And to be honest, like I'm still working out Refugee Hustle. I'm like trying to learn a lot about launches and all this digital marketing stuff, you know, and I think that was the thing. It just wasn't moving quickly enough for him because I mean, I'm new, you know, like I'm new to this entrepreneur life and stuff. But now that I have a lot more experience, maybe we can pick up where we went off. But, you know, like I really want to, before I ever approach Joe again and stuff and see if he wants to really contribute, I want to get a launch out. I really want to get my products out and stuff. And I have really big dreams for it. And even if he doesn't get involved or doesn't want to come back, that's cool, dude. I thought it was a really cool balance because he's like he's really entertaining and fucking funny, man. I think Joe is freaking hilarious. And but he also has this really serious side that I never really, other people don't see, but he's so smart. He's like really intelligent. He listens very well. He's very curious about things, you know. That's something you don't really see on JK News. And he kind of, I don't want to say he hides it, but he makes a lot of jokes sometimes. But sometimes I just feel like it takes away from who he truly is. and it kind of dumbs him down a little bit. Like I'm not sure if I'm coming off right, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean, because Joe is like one of the smartest people I know, man. And yeah, but he's also very entertaining. I was watching that Baywatch like thing that he was doing, and I was like cracking up. It was fucking funny as shit, you know. Wait, what? It went offline, lol. Back starting early as possible, best. Do you tap that Angela girl? Nah, me and Angela are friends. I said at the end of the stream, me and Angela are friends. You know, just me and Angela, we just have good chemistry because we've just been friends for years. And I was actually never really interested in Angela ever. But yeah, I mean, I think there comes a time in everybody's relationship with the boy girl type of thing. Like you always ask like, oh, could I be with that person, or am I attracted to that person? You know? So no. I totally agree with your opinion on martial arts. I'm a martial artist myself. Yeah, I used to do like Honga for a long time and stuff, which really helped me with like arm drags and like fucking hand fighting and stuff. In jujitsu. But yeah, I just love martial arts. I think it's really one of my, I'm not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not very good. I don't think I'm physically, I don't think I'm very good at a lot of things. Like even mentally, I don't even think I'm the smartest at a lot of things, but one thing that I am really good at is just never giving up, and that constant hustle. That's like my superpower, and being real with people and making people feel comfortable is also like my superpower. You know, like a lot of people tell me this, and I don't have a problem admitting it now. Like I'm good at these things. You know, I don't say it in a bragging way or anything like that, but I'm good at those things, you know, and I believe it. I see it in front of my eyes. Like people who are very closed off open up to me, and it's really cool to see that part. You know, I rather take that than being the smartest or being like the most physically fit guy or like world champion. You know, like that connection with people is the most important thing. And for me, like to have that gift to really connect with people one-on-one, it's an amazing feeling, man. Um from a martial artist perspective, it makes sense, but the fights I've had to deal with in my experience were always the losers. It left a taste in my mouth, if you know what I mean. Blood, son. Um, yeah, I mean, like street fights and stuff, you're always going to. There's never a win-win situation, man. Like a homeless person tries to pick a fight with you, dude. You just want to walk away, man. Um, I know it's kind of like hippie-ish to like be like Gandhi, bro. No, but seriously, like there's been times there's been times like whenever you get into altercation, there's always two solutions. I learned this from pharmacy too. You can always escalate or de-escalate a situation, right? And for me, part of martial arts is learning how to de-escalate situations, you know? Like knowing that you could break this guy's arm, that's great, but chances are you're gonna get arrested and get butt fucked in jail. You know, I don't want to get butt fucked. I don't think you do you do either, you know? And so like we gotta remember like, hey, you know, there's always consequences for other things, you know? And even though it feels so good in the moment to fucking take a 2x4 and like fucking hit them in the face and shit, like at the end of the day, they're humans too, and maybe they're going through some really hard times and they're acting like a piece of shit at that moment. But really understanding that compassion and just walking away or de-escalating a situation in some way, that's an important skill too. It's like mental martial arts, son. It's like Jedi mind tricks. Dude, I'm currently in need of $100 from my business. Can anyone help me? Lol. Lol, girlfriend takes all your best friend time away. Good for him if he's happy, IG. Thank you for your answer, Kev. I want to know what happened to Joe and Refugee Hustle. I think that answer is important for you guys. But one of the reasons why I haven't posted anything was because that you know, things still aren't finalized between me and Joe. We never really talked about it. And until I actually have a conversation with Joe, like I don't want to say like things might change, you know? And yeah, so this is just my answer right now, but I do keep you guys in mind, and I will let you guys know what happens as soon as I work everything out. but it's probably the least thing. That's not the thing that's really on my mind right now. It's not my major priority. Because when it comes to growth and stuff, yeah, sure, I definitely want Joe to be involved if he can. He gave us that initial boost, which is great. Like honestly, I'm so happy that he was a part of it. And he believed in the stream that we created together. It's our baby together, man. It's like, yeah. Kev, you mentioned in a video that your income was 150K. What would you say now it's crypto? I think it's a lot less this year because last year I didn't take any vacation. I didn't I slaved away. I won all these awards and stuff too, but this year I kind of kicked back and was like, okay, what's the point of all this? Like, I'm working so hard, I'm burning myself out. What is the point of all this shit I'm putting myself through? And sorry, I have to check my phone. My friend's coming soon. But yeah, like it's probably a lot less this year because I took a lot more vacations. I just started enjoying life. And honestly, I'm so happy right now. But I don't know, including crypto. We really have to see like all the gains this year. I know I made a decent penny on a lot of my investments because it's been a good year for investing, son. What tips do you have for a new pharmacy graduate? Do you have specific question about being a new pharmacy grad? Like finding a new job, moving to a better location, whether pursue residency or not? You should post a bit more to YouTube, growing a larger following it. You should post a bit more to YouTube, growing a larger following here and stuff. Yeah, I know like YouTube is so here's my realization with YouTube, and if you wonder why I've decreased so much of my time to YouTube, it's just because with the demonetization and everything that like that, I realized that if I'm going to rely off ad revenue, uh if I'm going to rely off ad revenue, that's not a sustainable business. And so I look at YouTube as just a place where I can really grow my emailing list, and grow my refugee hustle brand. It's just a marketing platform for me. And it's a really personal marketing platform. Like I get to connect because who's on YouTube? A lot of millennials, a lot of young people who are looking for advice. And I just want to spread that message. And guys, help me out. Like if you can, if you know a friend in need and there was a video that really struck out for you, send them that video and just be like, hey, I just thought you might like this video. And I think that's the problem for me. I don't ask enough help from people. So if you guys could help me out with that, I would appreciate it, man. If not for money, I would just say having a following helps a lot in this day and age. Oh yeah, I know. But luckily my emailing list is a lot bigger than my YouTube following. But yeah, it's cool, man. I like having a large following is cool, but here's the thing. It's not about how big your dick is. It's about the quality of people too. Like I look at the following that I was watching. I mentioned this a few weeks ago, but there was like a video of this like family fucking with their kids, and it was so bad. Like their kid's autistic. The kid is like setting a car on fire and shit. And this channel has like 250,000 like subs and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck, man? There's so much trash on YouTube. And that really kind of set me back. And I was like, okay, there's a lot of noise on YouTube, right? There's a lot. Not everybody's like me. Not everybody wants to work on themselves. That's fine. Like you don't have to. That's a complete choice. But I was just like, there's a lot of trash on YouTube. And honestly, I like Simple Pickup's motto. I like Ramit Sethi's motto. It's not about the number or the big dick syndrome. It's about having 1,000 true fans, and I definitely feel very fulfilled with my 1,000 true fans. I probably have about 1,000 true fans. If not, I need to grow my following more. But like I don't think people realize also how much work goes into video creation, thumbnails, titles, like everything like that, and including a blog and stuff. It's very time consuming, you know, and sometimes you're just so burnt out. So uh I'm really focused on creating more quality these days and really not focusing on just the number, you know. Like before I wanted to have a huge following, but I think for me it's really about the value and the impact I'm making rather than any following. Maybe Joe can connect himself deep again with Refugee Hustle, a big boost to your stuff, I think. Daddy05 level of BS on YouTube is pretty high. My personal favorite is the YouTube James Ski and Pyro Cynical. Um yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna close up the stream. If you guys want to pitch Joe, you guys can pitch Joe and shit and be like, hey, where the Model Refugee Hustle? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get ready. I'm thirsty as fuck. The stream was pretty fun to do today. I actually really enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys on the replay will enjoy it too. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Make sure to subscribe, like, and all that YouTube bullshit. And share my videos if you like them. All right. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, mother people.